Hey everyone, it's Kai from Cool Collectibles back again for another review. This time it's one of the more recent releases in the Figma Table Museum series with SP-151, The Birth of Venus by Botticelli. I haven't got one of the figures in the series for a while, since the last haul that I got where I got the 6 figures. So if you're interested in those, check out the reviews on the channel. But this was one of the more recent releases. They are doing a few reissues as well. But I decided to get this one with my last remaining Big Bad Toy Store credit, and it is a beautiful release. I love the backdrop there, similar to the Scream, but before I go through all of that, I might just give you guys a look at the box, because the box art really does show off the figure as it should. So I love the front artwork there. Got some sort of teasers of the way you might play around with the figure with some of those different hands, and there's lots of different options that they go through here. I do love the peace sign. Not sure where that is. Oh, here we go, it's on this side. The peace sign there. But I love that sort of stuff. You can have a lot of fun with these figures. You can display them pretty seriously as they look in the museums and so on, or you can have a bit of fun with all of them together, and they are pretty funny when you set them all up in that sort of way. But I'll give you guys a quick look at, before everything collapses here. So this is the backdrop. It does come with the clear stand like the others, and this frame is very similar to what came with the Scream, I believe it was. It does come all pre-packaged, so you don't have to assemble anything, but just be careful that these don't sort of start coming undone. And this is just a cardboard sheet there, but the artwork looks pretty good, and the printing looks pretty good. It does sort of tend to fall forward if you have it rotated that way. You can have it rotated the other way with that facing the front, but it does restrict where you can put the clamshell. So I'll get that out of the way. Accessories wise, she does come with a swap out hairpiece, which looks pretty good. I do like the shiny, almost metallic paint application there. There are different shades of orange and red in there, so it's not one shade. There's glimpses of gold in there as well, and the twirling there is very nice. Just be careful you don't break any of the tips off. They are a bit softer plastic. The only other accessories apart from the base comes with the whole set of hands. So as I was saying before, you get the sort of peace sign, the love heart, jazz hands, and the typical sort of fists. So 10 pairs of hands actually, so plenty of options to display it however you see fit. And it does come with this sort of nice little piece here to just store all the hands away. Onto the figure itself. So I might just take her off the base actually, and give you guys a look at that. So the clamshell here, not too bad. I do like the shininess and slight pearlescence to it. Not too much, but it does look pretty good on either side. So it's got that nice gold and cream shading there, and the ocean base there is this translucent sort of green and white plastic, which is pretty nice. So it comes with the stand as well, and you do have to sort of bend and futz around with that just to get her standing right at the front here properly. But once you get that setting, it looks pretty good, and she does have that hole in the back there to support the stand. But the figure itself, as you can see, is really nicely done. It's pretty consistent with the other figures that they've got in the series, although the articulation is a little bit more restricted because of this massive hairpiece. The head doesn't really move around too much, to be honest, but for the most part that's probably okay for most displays. And I do like the facial paint application there. It's really nice and sharp, and no sort of paint defects that I can see on it. It's got the nice slight blush on the cheeks there, so that's pretty good. And I've just got her in the standard iconic pose straight out of the painting, but it comes with the standard double jointed elbows there. Oh, it's a single joint, but you get the range of pretty much a double jointed elbow there. Same sort of shoulder joints there. This torso piece at the top here doesn't seem to rotate on mine, only slightly. And I guess the whole chest piece there is meant to stay in that sort of place, so be careful there. This hairpiece does have a little ball joint at the top there, so you can, you know, fold it and move it out of the way like that if you want. Get a bit more free play with the hands and so on. But the mold of the legs and so on are really there to replicate that iconic pose, so it's not like you're going to get perfect symmetry in the figure itself. But that's similar to the other figures, particularly around you know, the statue of David and the thinker and so on. The molds are pretty much set for the iconic pose, and then you sort of adjust around it. But overall, the body itself, I do like the paint application. It's got, you know, some nice shading, so it's not just the one sort of shade of cream. There's shading across there to sort of accent the mold and so on. So it actually looks pretty nice. And I think yeah, I'll decide how I'm going to pose this up. I might have it on the shelf in the study in the iconic pose for now. But once I decide to change them all up in some of their fun poses, I might change them all up. But just to finish up, I might get a few of the others and just give you guys a quick comparison. Hold on. Alright, so here she is with some of the others that I got in my previous haul, with Tutankhamun on the left there, the Thinker, and the statue of David. They do look pretty damn awesome together. If you are a bit of a history nut or an art nut, these are right up your alley. So as I was saying before, you can have them in their pretty stock standard poses, and they do look pretty interesting on the shelf too as a conversation starter. But once you start doing something a little bit more funny, like I've got there with the Tutankhamun, you can get the Thinker and the statue of David into some pretty crazy funny poses. So I'll follow some of the examples on the back of the box, and post up some photos on Instagram and the Facebook page as well. So hopefully you can check out those when I post them in the next few days. But hopefully you like that look at the Birth of Venus from Figma here, and can give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I've got all of the, well, 4 of the Silverhawks to review coming up next, and also the Hot Toys Marty McFly. So from Hot Toys, so hopefully you can stick around for all of that. And until then, thanks again, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.